What's up, y'all? This is your boy Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast. Let's get into the shits. Royal Rumble. Last night it went fucking down. Or for the East Coast, it was this past Saturday. It went fucking down. Tropicana Field, St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay, Florida. Holy shit. Only 4 fucking matches, and that shit blew the fucking roof. This episode is so big, we gotta break it into 2 parts. Okay? So, let's get into what we saw. Let's get into the matches, right? So, interesting, it was match number 2, but it was the Fatal 4-Way with Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight. Obviously, everybody knows it was going to be Roman Reigns. It's not about who was going to win. It's about who was going to lose, who was going to get the pinfall. I was bouncing around. It had to be either AJ Styles or Randy Orton. I don't know why I picked Randy Orton at the end. I had a funny feeling it was going to be AJ because he's the one of the last remaining to return. And Randy's momentum is still rising. LA Knights is still rising. AJ is trying to find where this lone wolf character that he did in TNA is going to fit in WWE. But kudos to Roman Reigns. It was a great match. Go straight into the United States Championship with Logan Paul and Kevin Owens. Now, I was picking Logan Paul to defeat Kevin Owens, and I did not see this happening. And the crazy shit is, this don't happen often. You know, I go back as far as the Federation years, which was before the Attitude Era, and they used to have a lot of DQs that would piss people off. Holy shit. So we get brass knuckles in every way, shape, or form, rather if it's his friends or Grayson Waller or Austin Theory, trying to get those brass knuckles to Logan Paul so he can get that swing of the right hand and retain the title. But look at this. Kevin Owens gets those brass knuckles, knocks out Logan Paul for the 1 and a 2 and oh shit, it's a DQ. I swear this actually is better than what I thought would happen. Logan Paul gets the win by DQ. He retains the title, but it wasn't really a pinfall or a submission on Kevin Owens, so it keeps that momentum still at level, which I love. This was perfect the way they did it. It kept me guessing. And I fucking love how they do it. We're going to get into the Royal Rumbles with the men and women, and we're going to give MVPs and big pops of the night. Anybody who knows a big pop, who got the big pop? But if it's 1 person, 2 person, 3 person, don't matter. If you got 2 MVPs or, you know, who returned, shit like that. So let's get into the women's Royal Rumble. My pick fucking did it. Yes, you can go back on my fucking YouTube episodes. You can go on fucking X, formerly known as Twitter. Check my fucking receipts, god damn it. I said Bayley. Bayley was gonna win. Kudos to Bayley for being the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble winner, going straight to fucking WrestleMania. I picked Bayley. I had a funny feeling it was coming. You know what I'm saying? You know, ever since she came back with Dakota and Io Sky and, you know, created Damage Control, it hasn't been a good couple years for her. You know what I'm saying? Big matches. It wasn't happening. She had a lot of Raw title matches with Bianca. It wasn't happening. You know, and look what this is. This oversees everything she wasn't accomplishing in her return back from injury, and she's now going to WrestleMania to challenge the champ. I see her challenging Io Sky. It just looks like it's coming there, and who would have thought, you know what I mean? If you take, there's 5 people in Damage Control, you take 1 out, which is Bayley, and then there's 4 left. You got Dakota, you got Io, you got Asuka, you got Kara. Bayley's there. Becky's there. Charlotte could come back from injury sooner than expected. We still got a free agent in Mercedes Moné and Sasha Banks. Might get our four horsemen returning to each other and see what happens, but you never know. But kudos to Bayley. Salute to her. Her San Francisco 49ers just won the conference championship, going straight to the Super Bowl. So kudos to everybody doing her thing. Bayley did her thing. Let's get into the men's Royal Rumble. I would have to say 2 of my picks made the cut. One of my picks was who was going to be number 30. I called it Sami fucking Zayn. Yes, you goddamn right. Check my receipts. I picked Sami Zayn to be number 3 in the men's Royal Rumble. Let's see. Oh, yes. I have to give some attention to this too. A lot of people were wondering who, forget who was going to be the final 2. Who was going to be the final 4? That's usually the big question mark of the entire night. Who's going to be the final 4? My final 4 of the women's did not happen. It's not what I picked, but it happens. But in the men's, I was fucking right. Check my receipts on Twitter. Check my receipts on YouTube. I picked the final 4 were going to be the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Gunther, and Drew fucking McIntyre. Yes, I goddamn called it. I thought it was gonna be a fucking let's see. I thought it was gonna be a over the top rope for Cody and Punk. And just like it was 30 years ago in the 94 Royal Rumble with Lex Luger and Bret the Hitman Hart. And I thought about it a little bit more, and that would have been great, but it's not about what would have happened next. It's about, because Luger and Hart going over the top rope at the same time, that was very strategic, and it happened perfectly. Like, to this day, 30 years later, we still don't know who touched the floor first. You know what I'm saying? And the difference between 94 and 2024, we have a lot more cameras that can catch who hit their feet on the floor first. You know what I mean? I don't think it was meant to happen. But it ended up being Punk and Cody going a good 5-10 minutes with each other before Cody was able to throw CM Punk over the top rope. And that was dope. That was dope what happened, and that was dope how he did it. And then the crazy shit is you could have went either way, Punk or Cody, and see, what happens next. You know what I mean? This is not the end. We still got Elimination Chamber on the road to WrestleMania that's coming in 4 weeks in Perth, Australia. And you never know. I mean, we got an injured world champion in Seth freaking Rollins, and it's already been reported that Roman Reigns ain't going to be working an Elimination Chamber. So in the men's Elimination Chamber, you can definitely give the winner of that a world title shot, because Cody, actually, he won, and he didn't waste no time. He pointed at the rafters, not to Seth, that he beat 3 times already. He pointed at Roman. So it looks like we're going to get Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40, if not. And that could be interesting. It could be interesting to see how this turns up. I mean, reports are still saying we're going to get The Rock at WrestleMania, or at least The Rock versus Roman Reigns this year. And I mean, you can still do that, but it gets a little interesting now that Cody has already punched his ticket to doing that. But we'll get into the next episode. Make sure you guys subscribe on youtube.com/@dropthatpodcast and follow us over there on X, formerly known as Twitter, at dropthatpod_13.